We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like. We just think you're good cause you use macros, like.
Hey guys, it's Serpent. As many of you guys know, a fairly large YouTuber by the name of EJ Ladd has made a video trying to expose me. He accused me of edit macroing, aimbotting, clip splitting, and flick macroing. Before you take his side, I want you to watch this video in its entirety so that I can share my side of the story. Before I start, I want to first point out that EJ has a history of sending hate and trying to ruin people's careers. I'm not the first person he's tried to expose like this. In his video dedicated to exposing me, he even tries to expose another creative player, Chixie, for using a Zim, which shows controller binds on keyboard and mouse. For the longest time, he has tried calling out many people in the creative community, whether it is accusing them of cheating or trying to get information about people he thinks are cheated. In his video on me, he tries to expose me by using circumstantial evidence which I can prove wrong in this video. I know that even when I prove myself as legitimate, his video has already made a large dent in my career, and from this point, people will never stop accusing me of cheating and discrediting everything I've worked for. First off, one of his biggest accusations that proves I never once asked about purchase banned if I had ever used this. If what he's saying was true, why would I not include more aiming clips in my videos? Why wouldn't my flicks be in contact with to try to tarnish my reputation like this?
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
In EJ's video, he also made the accusation that I used a program to perfect 360 flick with a macro and shoot with the same aimbot. This hand cam I'm about to show you proves that my flicks are 100% human with no type of macro or program running. Alright, so again, I have a final mouse, so it has no mouse software. And here is also the slowed down recording of the previous flicks, showing the same flicks that EJ had slowed down from my videos and described as literal aimbot. Alright, so I have a final mouse which has no mouse software. I have a Razer keyboard, and on my Razer sign up says you don't have any macros yet, so I don't have any macros on this. And if you go to my task manager, we have no other applications, no remappers, nothing. Yep, and if you go to my settings in Fortnite, alright.
Roblox! My hair on Roblox! He got hair like that!
I don't even know, that's... What the fuck is that?
Oh my
That's
god!
dread.